everything I'm about to say, you already know it to be true. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to social economics, to status, to politics, to ideology. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. You heard that clip in the very beginning. That was me talking to a few young brothers, about 6, 7 young brothers, in my community, and they was asking me about how to go about making real change. And I was like, well, I didn't break it down in steps like I'm going to do on the video, but I was just like, bro, first of all, people got to take you serious. You got to really want change and not compromise. You got to really want change and not a favorable slave position. Do you really want change, or do you want the oppressors to treat you just a little bit better? That's what you got to ask yourself. If the answer is that you want change, then you go about getting change, right? And I'm going to talk about how we go about doing it in this video. But first, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive notification when I drop more videos. If you don't hit the bell icon, YouTube will not let you know when I drop videos. You will have to come back to the channel physically to see if I drop more videos. So we don't want you to have to do that. I'm going to skip all the other stuff, man. We're going to get right into it because I got a lot to cover and I don't want to make the video too long. So let's get right into it. Let me pull a frame up and get at it. The first thing you got to do is stop supporting control ideologies. I'm talking about stuff like ADOS, FBA. I mean, look, Yvette Cornell, angry, liberal, look like she's lesbian type chick, right? Decided to come up with this ADO stuff all on her own. And why is this even affecting all of us? How has this even became part of the general conversation? Something that she created pulled it out of her ass. Just like that lady Hannah Nicole, what's her name? Hannah Nicole something Jones, I think. Hannah Nicole Jones, something like that. How she just pull up this 1619 project and now all of a sudden this is a part of our discourse. The same thing with Opal Lee. Made it her life's mission to put herself in the history books somehow, some way. So she decided to make Juneteenth a national holiday, knowing damn well Juneteenth ain't got nothing to do with black people in general. It's a Texas thing at most. And again, I don't believe that's true. That's exaggerated or a myth. But it's a Texas thing at most. But she decided that she wanted to put herself in the history book at our expense. And now this is something that we all have to bear the burden of. Every time Juneteenth roll around, I got white folks asking me about Juneteenth. I'm like, man, my people are indigenous Americans. I ain't got nothing to do with Juneteenth. Nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame that they do that to us. We got a few people forcing so much upon us, and they're forcing their own beliefs because all of them are trying to go down in history in their own way. All of them are trying to become famous at our expense. All of them are trying to become rich at our expense. All of them are trying to become part of our managerial class that links us to white folks, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, to penetrate them groups to get through to the white society. That's all they want. They want to get to white society. They want to be our liaisons to white society, our ambassadors to white society. And we don't need them to do that, man. So the first thing we got to do is stop supporting all of these things. We got to declare and declare it loud that none of that stuff represents us. When I say that we are indigenous people, that is a legal status. That is not a label. That is not an identifier. That is not an endonym nor an exonym. That is a legal status. Being the original Aborigine people of a land is a status. It is a description. It is not a name. That's why my banner has no name. It just says Aborigine Nation of the Americas and West Indies. That's what we need to form. We need to once again come together as one people like we was before they came over here. And we need to say no more to the educated class of Negroes that want to shove all of these false narratives or grossly exaggerated narratives or grossly misrepresented narratives down our throat. When you claim indigenous, that is a legal status. So that's the first thing you got to do if you want to make changes. Get rid of all of these idealistic causes. Don't come in the name of religion. Don't come in the name of Moor. Don't come in the name of Hebrew. Don't come in the name of Christian or Muslim. Don't come in the name of conservative politics. Don't come in the name of Democrat politics. Don't do it. No ADOs, no FBA, no critical race theory, no 1619 project. Get rid of all that stuff. No Juneteenth, no Black History Month. Get rid of all of that stuff. Because all of these things put you in a box and limit you. Because what you are is something that is outside and before all of that. You are indigenous. You are the Aborigine people of the Americas and West Indies. You start there. The second thing you do is stop allowing educated Negroes to speak for you. You have to understand that this educated class of Black Americans are brainwashed and indoctrinated. Now, I'm not saying that every single one is a willing participant in our demise. You know, as I was doing research for another video I'm gonna talk about in a few days, I noticed that 98, 99% of all of the videos talking about, prison industries and racial injustice and this and that dealing with Black people, almost 98, 99% of them was women. Women. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because this is not going to change till the man step up. This is not going to change until the alpha male step up and take the lead. Because as I said in that intro clip, the alpha male deals with problems differently. He is a hammer. You are either going to figure out a way to peacefully resolve that problem, or he's going to get to smashing your whole system in pieces. That's how you bring about change. You either leave me be, or I'm going to tear this whole damn thing down. Your choice. And see, the Black woman is invested in this system. She can talk about changing the system all she wants. She don't want change. She just wants a more favorable position within this system. That's all she wants. And that's all most educated Black men want. They don't want change. They just want a more favorable position within this system. And a lot of these dudes are willing to do whatever they got to do to get that favorable position. White folks will support you if you exploit Black people. You see it with all of these conservative YouTube channels. These dudes got huge channels. I just stumbled on these twins. I ran across them years ago, the Hodge brothers, I think that's their name, right? Hodge twins or whatever. That's what they call themselves back then. I just stumbled on them yesterday and see they got a huge YouTube channel where they call themselves the Patriot Twins now. Now they sitting there with big old beards looking like white hicks. You know what I'm saying? I think they biracial already, I mean, they sitting there looking like two white hicks and just going in on Black people, something dirty. Something dirty. Call themselves the Patriot Twins. And the crazy thing is, even back then, when they were just the Hodge brothers or the Hodge twins or whatever, I can see that because they was doing this red pill type content. I'm telling you, this stuff is all conservative based. It's all conservative based. And now they just digging all in, to the delight of white folks. That other dude, Tatum, that officer dude, he just rags on us to the delight of white folks. Thomas Sowell rags on us to the delight of white folks. Jesse Lee Peterson to the delight of white folks. Y'all boy, Anton Daniels is doing the same thing. Tony Sotomayor doing the same thing. These people will all denigrate us and demean us and belittle us to the delight of white folks. They don't mind doing it. So, first of all, 2-1, right? 2-1 is that you got to stop letting educated Negroes speak for you. 2A, you got to stop following Black women. Do not let Black women lead your movement at all. I mean at all. And I don't care if they get mad when they hear this. They can get mad all they want. Do not let Black women lead a movement that you sincerely want to use to effect change, because they will water it down. They will water it down. They are too invested in this system. Number 3, stop making life all about social economics. Bruh, they control that. As long as your worldview is based on your attainments of status and wealth and popularity, education, and stuff like this here, these are things that are all within the system that they control. Which means you can't buck the system if you value what the system is going to give, the trinkets of the system. And again, this goes back to number 2. All of the educated Negroes value this system, so they are all too heavily invested in this system to actually try to go against this system. This is what I'm telling you. I did a video that I didn't post where I was talking about the Moses effect. And I was explaining that the man that's going to come to us and say and tell the system to let my people go is not going to come from your educated class of Negroes. He's going to come from the streets. He's going to be what y'all call a pookie. He's going to be the one to stand up and say, let my people go. And I was asking in the video, what are you going to do when that man show up? Are you going to say, I can't follow a pookie? A man of strength and character is going to have to lead this. A man that has no investments in this system. A man that doesn't care about the social economics of this system. A man that doesn't care about their letters, the PhD, the MD. He don't care about these things. The man that don't care about nothing but being free. But living his life as a human being, free to live his life the way he wants to. Free to utilize the earth that our Creator gave us to live off. Y'all are playing a game. See, the problem with these Negroes with the social economic stuff is that they are playing into a game that they cannot win. A real man does not want what this system have to offer. Therefore, he cannot be bought. His principles cannot be compromised. The problem with the educated class of Negroes and most black people, unfortunately, is that they want what this system can only give to them. And that's social economics. That is the economics, that is the value system of socially attainable things. That's what social economics mean. The value of socially attainable things. Things that you can only get from within the system. And most people will compromise the God-given things like your ethics, your morals, your nature, your instincts. Most people will compromise these things for the social economics, whereas an alpha male won't. He don't want what they got to offer. So that makes him a threat to the system. And again, I mentioned this before. This is why they try to make sure that we have this cultural war between the so-called good black men and the pookies and all this stuff. This is what all this stuff is about. That's what all this stuff is about. Number 4, stop making money your God. That's self-explanatory. I don't even have to expound on that. You gotta be willing to live outside of money. You can't be afraid to have to live off the earth like a natural animal that we are. We are creatures of this planet. We can live, and y'all don't realize everything comes from the earth anyway. I mean, this mic and everything comes from the earth. All this is components and elements from the earth put together certain ways, and you get certain things out of it. Electricity can be generated right there in your home. Right in your home for free, perpetually. Ain't no such thing as perpetual energy. Like hell. You can generate it nonstop right there where you at. And all these other things, we got cell phones and everything. All this stuff will still work outside this system. We can create all of this for ourselves. We can create it all for ourselves. It all will work. Walkie-talkies and all this stuff works off of radio waves. We have things that we can do, and nothing that this system gives us. The system don't give us anything. It controls it all. It limits our access to everything, and it keeps us enslaved. And y'all always talk about, you niggas make me sick with this slave talk. Y'all don't see that we are still slaves? Y'all honestly can't see that, bro. Y'all do all this talk about some slavery 800 years ago that we don't know nothing about, and y'all can't see what's going on right now, that you are still a slave? Leave these people alone, man. And the last one, the final one, the most important one, become a hammer. I have an old saying that I learned from street life. Violence may not be necessary, but the assured threat and guarantee of violence will maintain peace in your life. When I hit them streets, I had to make a few examples. And after you make those examples, people leave you alone. Once they know that you ain't gonna play, that you mess with Kush, he coming out with that hammer and he gonna start smashing. They leave you alone. Everybody's like that. Everybody's like that. People gotta understand, look, the oppressor needs to understand that he has one opportunity to come up with a nice, civilized, fair, peaceful resolution. Otherwise, we pull out the hammers and we start smashing down the system. Which is where we at anyway. And this is not really, I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about physical physically hitting anything. I'm talking about breaking this thing down from within until they make their mind up to let us out. Leave us be. That's what we got to force them to do, to leave us alone. Otherwise, we're going to be perpetually stuck in this position of slavery under these people. You have to be a hammer. And you gotta want to smash these people gotta know that that's your only default setting. As long as they know you're gonna talk and beg and whine and complain and all this stuff while you actually do nothing, sit there and give lectures like Minister Farrakhan do and have everybody cheering and clapping and, you know what I'm saying? While actually challenging nothing. No, man, we can't do that. We can't listen to these brothers in the Nation Islam come around and talk to us. All of them sound so nice, man. They talk so slick. You know, it makes you all hype and everything, you know what I'm saying? We can't listen to brothers like Tariq. And I know Tariq Nasheed is not a bad dude. But where is he taking us? Nowhere. Nowhere. Where's Dr. Umar Johnson taking us? Nowhere. Where's Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Claude Anderson taking us? Nowhere. Where are the rest of these leaders? They old now. Jesse Jackson is old. Farrakhan is old. Reverend Sharpton is old. Cornel West. Where are they taking us? Nowhere. We are not going nowhere under these people's leadership. You have to become a hammer. Those people are soft. They are plastic tools. They have no threat to they are no threat to the system. You don't need them. They're not finessing the system. They're not doing anything. They've been doing this stuff for 40, 50, 60 years, and it's only gotten worse on us. You have to be willing to become a hammer. Period. Like Thor. You got to put your hand up there, let the hammer come down, grab that sucker and start smashing. Because I'm telling you, they're not going to let us be. They need us in a subservient position. They need us to be the scapegoats. They need us to be the target so they can keep the separations in the people. Plus, we are stupid enough to champion everybody else's cause. Almost every video you see talking about LGBTQABDD rights, it's a black person talking for them. Why is that? And, talking about the immigrants' right. It's a black person talking. Why in the hell do we feel comfortable enough in our nothingness to talk for other people? Why are we doing that? We need to focus on ourselves first. But the truth is, they don't want out of this system. We are in this madness because of people like the ones we follow. They got us in this situation. They are not going to get us out of this situation. So my brothers, if you want to make real change, you have to be willing to tear this system down. And I don't mean violence. I don't mean riots. I don't mean protests. I mean action. Number one, declare your indigenous status. You're not ADOS. You're not FBA. Juneteenth got nothing to do with you. 1619 got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Critical race theory got nothing to do with you. You are indigenous. You are the Aborigine people of the Americas and West Indies. Start there, stop there, and demand your human rights status over this land. And that's how you get change. I hope this wasn't over y'all head, man. I really do, bro. And look, I'm still just warming up. I'm tiptoeing around stuff. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I'm still tiptoeing because I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose you. I'm trying to get you in here slowly. You know what I'm saying? So bring you in slow so you can see it. Because until you see it, you're not going to act upon it. You got to see why you got to become an alpha. And you got to see why alpha males, beta males too. You know, there's nothing wrong with the beta position. I keep saying that. Alphas and betas go hand in hand. So when I say alpha, I'm including the beta in most cases, right? Why you got to become alpha and why you got to understand that only the alphas can lead. Alphas also lead off a different type of system. They are more just. See, an alpha man doesn't take advantage of the weak. Alpha man fights his competition. An alpha man won't smack a woman. She gonna smack the dude standing next to that woman. That's what he gonna do. That's just what he gonna do. An alpha man is not gonna do anything to children or handicapped people or mentally disabled people. That's not in him. He's not gonna take advantage of them or hurt them in any kind of way, shape, or form. If he got beef, he's gonna find a dude that can actually fight back, and he's gonna get him up with him. Now, what I'm doing is a metaphor here. I'm showing you that the alpha male, the reason why he has to lead is because everybody else, they evil. They are wicked. These people don't care. They will step on the throats and necks of anybody to get what they want. They don't care. And these are the sorts of people we support. All of them. Like Jay-Z said, I ain't got to say names. I'm talking to all of them. All of them. You name them, it's him too. All of them. None of them are right. So we got to understand that, and we got to make moves based on that. We got to make changes based on that, right? So, again, I'm tiptoeing around. I hope I ain't losing y'all, man, you know, because it's a lot more I can say, man. I'm really just getting started, you know what I'm saying? I'm really just getting started. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, a.k.a. the Black Alpha. Salam.